Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the universe. This is Pilot Swifty, the ineffectual gamer, and this is Flight Simulator Discovery Series. And today we are going to be traveling from California to Utah. Welcome in, everybody. This is Swifty, your captain, speaking, and we're about to go on Highway to Hell. No, we're not really. I'm going to try and do this right today. Okay, now, wanted to stream last night. Had a massive problem with my software, OBS software, and it just wouldn't start, so I had to give up on it. Came back today, decided to have another go at it, and hopefully it's going to work a little bit better today. Fingers crossed. So, I have to keep looking down with my glasses like that because I can't see through them because they're polarized. They're polarized, polarized. So I can't read the chat properly and stuff without them. But I'll wear them for the first part. Just while we're on the ground, once we're in the air, we'll be alright. No, but in all seriousness, this is one of the flights I've been really looking forward to doing, and so to be doing it today is good. The issues that we had with the TBM from the previous stream, in theory, should be fixed, which is fantastic. We've got our minimap up, we've got our chat up. I don't know if the chat's showing large enough for you. If it's not showing large enough for you, do let me know, and I will change it. Okay, so take off my flying glasses for a second, and we're gonna have a look at. Here, just make sure everything's running up on YouTube. I've just realised that Twitch is probably not running it correctly, which is an unfortunate part of Twitch. If Twitch paid attention, then it probably wouldn't be so bad. That's not Twitch's fault, it's my fault. So I think I'm going to try and do this on my tablet if possible, because I think I can probably do it easier. Twitch. I've got a nice little whiskey here today, and can't remember my signing or anything, so oh cripes, no, I'm gonna have to do it on here. Right, so just bear with me a second while I change the Twitch. I changed everything else. I'm gonna put these back on because my shameful eyes. But I did it on everything else but this. And I don't know if I've even got anything that I want to save in that. Maybe I can just start with a new one. I don't think I had any tabs open that I really wanted to save that I can think of. Twitch. Oops. That's what happens when you have a French keyboard on a Spanish computer being controlled by an English person. Okay, so let's go Twitch. Go to yeah, okay, that's not too bad. I probably did change it, you know. I have a feeling I came and changed it. We'll see. Let me go back into the chat there. Hey Alistair, how's it going? What's wrong with these glasses? They pay you off for something? Okay, I'm gonna have to change it. These are great, these glasses. Get a lot of thumbs up for them. You just don't like me having any fun, do you? That's what it is. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'm just gonna nick the title off my YouTube, quickly stick it on my Twitch, and then we'll get going. Okay, and Microsoft Flight Simulator. There we go. Okay, Twitch is changed, thank God. It says my upload's unstable. I hope that's not continuous because I've got nothing that should be messing around with the upload, but never mind. Okay, I'm going to stop the preview of that, and I should be more than ready now to really start. Okay, so let's load this one up. Don't load the wrong one, Swifty, because it'll crash your computer, and you don't want it to crash the computer. Well, not doesn't crash the computer, it crashes the game. And if I remember, it's the Area 51 one that does that, and I don't know why. So I need the Vegas one. Why they named it Vegas, I don't know. Because it does pass Vegas, but it's not the. Yes, they certainly were. You really upset me some days. You make me want to cry. Right, so we're going to start off in Santa Monica. Okay, so I don't know why this originally one was set for Santa Monica, but you know what? Santa Monica Municipal could have started at LAX. Could have started. Maybe I even think at Bob Hope Airport, Burbank, because I've got the add-on for that. But we're not. We're starting at Santa Monica. Okay, and I don't mind starting at Santa Monica. It's fine for me. Then we're going to be traveling all the way up through the Mojave Desert, past some US Air Force bases, actually, not too far. I don't know whether we'll be able to see them. Hopefully we can. Edward Air Force Base. Then we're going to go up through towards Vegas, so up through the mountains towards Vegas. Don't know exactly how this is going to work yet. I'm expecting some flight level changes. Down into Henderson, and then we'll be going past I'm supposing the Hoover Dam, which is in the Grand Canyon. So the Hoover Dam's closer to Vegas, I think. I'm sure we'll see it anyway. Then we'll be heading to Grand Canyon National Park. And then finally we'll be heading up towards Utah, to the very bottom of Utah, to Bryce Canyon. So this should be quite an interesting ride, I think. It's one of the longest in the game. And currently, obviously, with these ones we set the clear skies because we don't want to be doing anything else. Okay. Now what I do want to do here is I want to try and select somewhere for takeoff, but because this is a pre-planned flight plan, I don't actually know if we can do that. But I would like to start from parking. This wrecks everything when you do that. So unfortunately I can't. I have to start from the runway, which it's not the end of the world, but it's a bit of a pain in the backside. Now I'm estimating anywhere between I don't know. I'm estimating anywhere between flight level changes. I don't know. Maybe somewhere between 5,000 and 9,000. I suspect we're going to do this as a VFR flight, so I'm not actually going to request anything. Maybe apart from the landing, I might request the landing. Everything else I'm just going to do as and when I feel like it. So there's not too many worries there. Okay, so should we get underway? I think we should. So I hope everybody's having a good day. I know I'm streaming a bit earlier than I normally would, but I thought if I stream a bit earlier, I can finish slightly earlier and get a good night's sleep tonight. Because I've slept okay the last 2 nights, but last night not so great. But I am happy to be streaming because I couldn't stream yesterday, and I was a bit upset because I was really looking forward. This is one of the flights I've been looking forward to since the beginning, simply because it's going to take me through some parts of that part between California and Nevada that I haven't flown over before, and then it's actually also going to take me to parts of southern Utah that I haven't flown before as well. So, and I'm hoping very soon, that there's going to be some other routes starting to pop up. Now I am looking for software to make a lot more in a faster way, but being able to put in certain things and then you automatically load it into the flight map, because that would be great. I'm going to try and use some things like the wing leveler today instead of totally autopilot. I don't know whether I'm going to do that all the time or not, but I know that when I go to the Grand Canyon, We're going to use it a little bit. So we're going to be switching the autopilot on and off at certain points in time as we fly around certain points. Now normally I would pause the game and do it with the with the drone, but no. Long load up. I tell you what, the last couple of times I've loaded this game up from scratch takes a long time. Getting into the game takes a long time, but once it's in the game, once you're in the game, it kind of runs a bit better or a bit faster. I noticed earlier, but this is one heck of a wait. But having said that, it is loading Los Angeles in, and I'm sure when it has to load Los Angeles in, it's a lot more hard work. As I said, we're going to have some serious flight level changes today, and I don't know whether we're going to do them with some flight. Like I might just turn the autopilot off and take over myself, and then wing level it. I'm kind of somewhere between the two. But my God, it's a long loading stream. Well, cheers. Are you sat in front of a 4-monitor computer at the moment, Ellis guy? Just going through everything, going through all your stats. I'm gonna be going to my phone a little bit tonight because I've got stuff going on with work, so I just have to be aware of it. But it's not going to be too intrusive. Just might be being quiet here and there, but I'll try and do it when we're flying between places. Oof. Okay. That is why it took so long to load up. I'm trying to teach somebody how to do something. They don't quite know how to use it at the moment, but... Okay, so as you can see, the scenery is a little bit jiggity-jaggedy here, but that's expected. This isn't a special airport or anything. This is just a standard airport in the game. But look at the textures on the ground. It's pretty darn good. Looks good for the moment. So we're just going to wait for him to taxi into position. He should start taxiing any second now, and then we'll go in and I'll take over and we'll start this flight off. There we go. I love this plane, by the way. And you remember the thing that was broken on the last update? They updated it and it's working again now, so it all looks good. It all looks very, very good. But I do like watching it taxiing into place. Okay, so we have... we're going to have to take that away and turn intercept off. And the master caution. So, we should have, which I can do all the checks here. So, I'm going to go PDF settings. Or PDF map settings, actually, I think. Detail all, terrain, absolute, relative. No, we'll have absolute there. We'll go with all. Map layout. No, that's not the one. Wait. Insert map. Okay. What's a HSI map? Oh, that doesn't work, unfortunately. Right, let's have a look at back. PDF settings. How do I change this? I've forgotten. It must be on the main one. Hang on a second. Nav source. That's fine. Is it that one? Train absolute, not land. Yep, we want those turned on. Other. No, no, no. Right, part of this, I've either already got it set or I don't know at the moment, so just give it a second. I'll go PDF settings, angle of attack on, wind option 3 on, that's fine. Whoops. Back, speed bugs. So V1 set, so everything's set. So I'm gonna have those on as well. So we've got our markers there. Right, let me just remember which one this is. Must be PDF settings. Is it another PDF settings? No, back. There is a setting here. Map layout. No, we've already done that one. It's not the detail, it's not that one. Terrain absolute, that's fine. No, don't know why, but anyway, we are in flatland, so maybe I've automatically got it on. But the 3D terrain on here was turned off by default, but now it's back on. And you can see this map's just way better. We've got a much better idea of what type of stuff we're flying over, whether it's mountainous and whatnot. It just gives us a much better idea of what we're doing. So that's really important for me, because I think sometimes, is it that one? No, because I've already done that one on terrain setting. No. Orientation north up, that's fine. Okay. Well, anyway, so the map settings work much better in this version, and the radio definitely works much better in this version than some of the others. And you can see they're wanting to add some extra bits, which is really good, but they just haven't added them yet, so... Show me the money! Right. Okay, so I think we're pretty much ready to go here. We've got our flaps down, everything's set to go, so I think all we've got to do is take off the parking brake, but we are going to set some minimum things, so we're going to set our altitude for 5,000 feet. Make sure our barometer's set correctly, 2992, yeah, okay. 8, 4, so that's going to be our minimum one, and we're going to go, vertical speed will be... wait, why is it still going up? Stop it. That was an issue previously now that seems to be an issue again, which is a big problem. Maybe if I just roll it instead of clicking on it, it seems to be working a little bit better. So we'll go 1.7 for that. Nav is going to be FMS mode, so we've got the nav set, that's fine. Everything looks okay. I think sometimes we're just going to be able to do a regular flight level change. But I want to keep an eye on that stuff myself as well today, because we want to see whether we are, depending on where we are, because we're always going to be gaining elevation. Going towards Utah, we're always going to be gaining elevation, apart from when we're going to the Grand Canyon, and then obviously we're going to lose elevation because we're going into the Grand Canyon. Okay, so some quality of life things. Let's get a bit of AC on, even though it will actually be cold it should be cold in Utah at this time of year, but we'll put a little bit of AC on. Okay, everything's set. So that's set to auto. Yep. Pum. Turn on. Okay. Everything's on, landing lights are on. Okay, let's do this. It's been a few days since I've flown, so I'm a little bit anxious, but I'm sure we'll be fine. And we're going to try and stay within our amounts, hopefully. Did I take off the parking brake? He didn't. There we go. Okay, so we're starting to pick up a bit of speed now. Okay, so we are at V1, V2. We'll rotate, touch the brakes, bring up the gear, and just as we head towards 220, we're going to bring up the flaps.
Ineffectual Gamer 907, continue. For west departure, I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Okay, just let him know, because it's going to be banging on otherwise. Oops. Not active pause, that one. Acknowledge instruction. He's probably going to talk to me as I leave the airspace, but... Oh, we have a pause already. We're a bit early for that, aren't we? Oh, did I accidentally pause the game? Damn it. Hopefully that won't crash us. Sometimes the active pause unfortunately does. So, we're making a nice turn here, out of Santa Monica. We're heading towards the Santa Monica Pier, the famous Santa Monica Pier. It's made famous in Grand Theft Auto. You can go along that pier and its car park next to it. Graphics looking very nice today. I'm going to actually take these glasses off now so I can get a bit of a better look. But, yep, pier's looking nice. Okay, so I'll thank him. And that's it now for them. So you can see this is why it took so long to load in. It's loaded in the whole of LA here. And you know what? I think we're actually going to go down to 3. I'm going to say 3 and 0. Okay, so I'm going to do this on a flight level change, and I'm guessing that's going to say your damper's not on or something. Yeah. So it's saying autopilot's on, your damper off, so we need to put on the your damper. Okay, so we're flying over LA here. That's the famous interstate. That crazy interstate that runs through Los Angeles. You can also actually see the big golf course, which is also made popular in Grand Theft Auto. I hope that my sound here isn't being drowned out by the plane. It always is a little bit on the external, but it is what it is. And then up in the distance there we can see downtown Los Angeles. Now, we're always going to have FPS problems through here, so don't worry if it's not your computer sticking. That's LAX over there, Los Angeles International Airport. We're always going to have issues. That's Venice actually there, where you can see the water coming in, I think. Or is Venice over there? You know what? I'm going to pretend I don't remember, because I don't remember. That's oil fields. There's some oil fields there. And we're going to head now towards Dodger Stadium, which is home of the Los Angeles Dodgers baseball team. Quite successful baseball team. I think they won the World Series this year. I wasn't paying much attention after the Yankees got knocked out. Are you watching, Ellidsgar? I got myself a Christmas present. Look. Old Smoky Moonshine. I haven't opened it. I'm not opening it until Christmas. But I promised myself some moonshine before, and I've never had it, so I'm looking forward to trying that around Christmas. Might do a Christmas taste test. So this is downtown Los Angeles. You can actually see a couple of arenas there. This is where the Los Angeles Lakers play. This is a shopping centre, but I don't remember its name. But this is downtown Los Angeles. And we are heading towards there, Dodger Stadium. Which as we fly over it, we'll get a better look, because from this distance, the graphics aren't going to have clicked in well. You've got to kind of keep everything... Hey Brian, how is it going? I'm not opening it yet because it's a Christmas present. So you can see Dodger Stadium there. Huge car park around it. Welcome in, by the way, Brian. Nice little stadium. Oops. Look at all the parking space around it, though. Look at that. Look at all that parking space. It's one thing they know how to do in America. Okay, the Hollywood sign's just over here. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to see it, because it might not be popped in. You can vaguely see it there, but vaguely. This is the LA River, which very rarely has water in, but in the game it does. This was made famous in Terminator. There's a famous chase scene there. I'm going to actually pull back my my throttle a little bit, because we don't need to be doing this too fast. We honestly don't. Oh, another golf course. We should have a drinking game where every time we see a golf course, we take a drink. I think that'd be good fun. So yeah, the Hollywood sign is there. It hasn't quite popped in, because sometimes when you're looking at it from a distance here, it doesn't. I don't know why. You can kind of see it, but it's normally there when you pass over. But I think when you zoom in, it doesn't quite pop in, unfortunately. And these are the Hollywood Hills, famously sang by Bob Seger. Those Hollywood nights, Hollywood Hills. But should you do that on your first time round? Shouldn't you be tasting it for what it is? Maybe I'll have to get another. Cinnamon stick sounds good, like. Yeah, well, I was thinking of doing one at Christmas, Brian, going over some distilleries. And every time you fly over a distillery, you have to knock one back. Now, we're heading over Bob Hope Airport here, which is Burbank Airport. I've actually got this. And I would have taken off from there, but the flight plan didn't allow it, so it's a shame. I could have maybe taken off from there, but just look at the detail when you're flying over. It's amazing. I'm telling you, people, if you haven't got this game and you have the means, get it. I mean, I've got an abundance of ideas. It's just doing them. There's another flight which I've done, which is going to take us to the French Alps at some point as well. And if anybody wants to follow these flights, just send me a message in Discord, and I'll send you the file, the flight plan file, and you can just load it into your game and take off. So I think this is the city of Whiteman here. I don't know whether I should go up another 1,000 feet just to get a. Sometimes when you're a bit low down, you need to just be that little bit higher. Let's try it at. Yeah, let's try it at 3.8. We'll do it with a flight level change, so we won't see huge differences, or we won't notice huge differences at first. But Bafu might be a bit low. It's a big quarry there. Hey, Malcolm Hepburn, how's it going? I might do an Elite stream soon as well. I've been toying with it recently. Simply because I haven't played it for a long time, and I feel like I want to have a play around in it at some point. I guess that's going to be a learning curve all over again. And we're now heading towards the Van Norman Reservoir. That is Van Ives over there. Pronounced Van Ives. Which I only know it because Alan Harper's wife lives there in 2.5 Men. So that's the Van Norman Reservoir. I have a feeling we might have to turn the autopilot off to gain a bit of height here, but we'll see. Yeah, see those hills there? They are definitely not our flight level, so I'm just gonna give us a flight level change. Let's go 5 something. We'll go with a vertical speed of whatever. Oh, fuck off. Right, now I have to turn vertical speed off because it's going mental. Unfortunately. Give over. I don't know what that deal is with the vertical speed, by the way, just so you know. Whoa, 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 no, 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 don't stall me, you divvy. Right, let me just turn off the old, that's going to set my trim to hell now. Yep. Frickin' hell. Right, let's sort this. Hang on, I'm going to have to do it with the active pause because otherwise this is not going to work at all. Right, active pause. Oh, they need to fix that. Vertical speed will be... Look, it's doing it again. We're going up. Right. Let's get this right again. The reason it does that, the reason you end up being in a situation that you can't control is that it messes around with your trim. Oh, I've just done it again, you idiot. Good night. Good night. See, it's wanting me to go up 7,600 feet here, which I think is a really bad idea. If you know. So I'm just going to quickly change, but you can't keep it on this for long, and now it's bloody messing around my... You can't keep it on this for long, or it's gonna stop working completely. Oh, for fuck's sake! Right, 987. Okay, right, that's fine. Should be able to come out of it now. Oop, wrong one. Engage autopilot and one pause. Probably going to get a bit of nose up and then a bit of nose down. Right, okay. Now, thank God that's back up to normal. Although, I want to increase my altitude now to 6,000. Right, okay. So that's all done right now. Thank God. And now are we just on a we're just it's not even doing what it's supposed to be doing now. Flight level change, you mother lover. We should not be going up at this point. Right. Oh, for God's sake. I don't know when that came in, and I don't know what caused it, but they need to get it fixed. Because if you can't do this properly, how are you supposed to do it? Okay, so we're going to have to do it with the bloody flight level now. So, remember to use the vertical speed and... Okay, now it wants to go down. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I don't know what they've done to it, but there is a really weird thing where it messes around when you're using the select button on your mouse, and it suddenly just starts going and going and going and doesn't stop, and I don't know why it does that. Okay, so it should start leveling itself out now. As I said, I don't actually mind doing it without the autopilot today, so I might actually start doing it without the autopilot as we get a little bit further along in the flight, because we actually have this button here. This button here, the leveler, and this will completely level the flight. So whatever altitude you're at, whatever direction you're going, that button will just say, okay, we're going in that direction, and that's it. Which is a really cool addition, I think. It's going to pull back a bit on the throttle there, because I don't think we need to be hammering it past the 230 mark. I actually want to try and look at a few places as we pass them. That's Agua Dulce there. And obviously we've left the whole of Los Angeles behind us. We're into the Sierras, I'm guessing here. Hello Cartel, how's it going? It's been a long time, my good friend. But I do remember you, but it's been a while. So, yeah. So, 187 at the moment. That's a bit of a better speed. And we are heading towards Willow Springs Raceway. And I wish I knew the name of the lakes. I don't really know the lakes in the Sierras, unfortunately. Kind of flying away from the sea a lot here, though. What I was considering doing actually was doing some flights which follow walking routes, these long distance walking routes. So the PCT and stuff like this. Yeah, well, Twitch is it's a bit more, it's a bit better, I think. But YouTube's where most people hang out, so it's that kind of being between that rock and a hard place, isn't it? When you're streaming. As I think the quality of my stream on Twitch is infinitely better than What have you been streaming, by the way? So yeah, we've got a few lakes up in this area. Holding it around 6,000 here. It looks like 6,000 is a good marker here. But you can see, look, all the ground's changed and everything. This is beautiful the way it does this. Now, I'd normally stream in the real weather. But for the purposes of this, we want to see what we need to see. So, I'm going to keep it as is. I quite like how when you fly over the mountains, how close everything looks. And then the mountains drop away, and you've just got land underneath. It's amazing. The words amazing and fantastic come out of my mouth about 16 times a minute in the stream, but I do love streaming this game. I just love it. Because most of this is new to me. Future streams going to go to see the Azteca lines, pyramids, go see the pyramids of Egypt, the fjords of Norway, the distilleries of Scotland, the shitholes of England. We're going to see lots of things, so look at this land here. I mean, some of these roads don't even make sense, do they? Oh, I got Watch Dogs Legion. I like that. I staved off Assassin's Creed just for the time being because I'm not a massive Assassin's Creed fan, but having said that, I did like Assassin's Creed Unity, is it the one in London? I didn't mind the Egypt one. I haven't played Odyssey yet. I got it on sale ages ago, but I just still haven't had time to go into it. SnowRunner, maybe I might try one time. I think it might be a bit too finicky for me. If I'm honest, I'll probably lose my rag quicker than keeping it. So I don't know what this is down here. I don't know if it's vineyards. Well, it looks... It doesn't look like a vineyard type area, this. But it could be vineyards. Could be, but it doesn't look like a vineyard area. Normally vineyards are on hilly areas. Brian loves Odyssey. Brian's been playing Odyssey like mad. Okay, so not far from Willow Springs Raceway now. You can see the mountains are getting up there. Oh, Yellowstone's another place we're going to visit in a stream as well. Yellowstone National Park. So, plenty of big streams coming up. Plenty of interesting streams. Gonna actually do some streams where I look up a bit about where I'm going and research it a little bit. I've got Willow Springs Raceway ahead, which, in all honesty, I've never seen it before. I don't think. I'm guessing it's an IndyCar track, but I don't know. But I'm loving how flat this is in comparison to those distant plains and whatnot. Distant plains, distant mountains. It's a shame that this game doesn't tag mountains. Hopefully one day they will. You know, and we'll have a much bigger list of tags that we can select, deselect. So we're obviously going to go right over the top of Willow Springs Raceway. And we'll have a bit of a look to it as we get close. It could be a NASCAR track as well, because I'm going to be honest with you, it's got a lot of... it hasn't got... The corners aren't too intricate. So I'm guessing it could be a NASCAR track as well. The only thing is normally NASCAR tracks are done in the centre, like the pits are in the centre, and then everything else is on the outside. So, don't know. I'll have a quick look now. Willow Springs Raceway. Yes, Willow Springs. Oh yeah, you're a racing fan, you'll know. Willow Springs. It's an international raceway. I'm just looking at the calendar now. So... well, they use it as a film location. Doesn't really say a lot about special events. Oops. There's M1 GP there, but that's about it. Which I'm guessing is karting or something. Right, okay, so let me just get a pretty good eye on this level. We might have to go up 1,000 feet here. Not too sure yet. See what our false horizon gives us. No, we should be flying dead center through the middle of this. Now there are some. Does look like there's a wind farm here. Lots and lots and lots of windmills around here. 1 second, just got a work thing come through. It takes me a couple of minutes. Not missing anything at the moment. I was hoping to do all of this while we're oh well, we can see this nice wind farm here. I think we're semi-safe. So I'll just keep an eye on this. So, whoa, loving this. Getting really close. Getting really close here. I'm going to check inside the cockpit. I think we might need to go up another 500 feet. So let's go 6.5. I keep pressing the button, you idiot. Why are you doing that all the time? Right, 6.5, and we'll do a flight level change. Yeah, we'll do it as a flight level change. Now, flight level change is when the airplane sees the power you've got in the engines right now, and what it will try and do is make the flight level change without taking any power away, so that you don't drop out the sky. And the reason I'm going to do this here is because I just think we're a little bit too close to the floor, so I'm going to do it for FPS reasons as well. Although it's not registering a flight level change, maybe if I have to give a bit more oomph to the engines. There you go. Now it's going to do a flight level change. Now I've given a bit more oomph in the engines. This is one heck of a wind farm. I think some of these are technically a bit too close together. It's going to be pandemonium in here. Jeez Louise. My belief is that there's not this many windmills. This looks less like a windmill farm than a cactus farm, I'm going to be honest. Okay, now although we're only at 6,500 feet, we're obviously higher up in the mountains now, so we kind of have to keep adjusting our altitude as we go, because we're always going to be going up. As I said, when we get to maybe around Vegas, we'll turn off the autopilot and use the flight leveling system a little bit, and that'll just give us a bit of a better control. But now, for example, we're heading more towards these mountains as well, so when it tapers off, we want to be very careful of this ridge line. This is a great thing about this false horizon, this animated horizon, as they call it, or simulated horizon. Oh, we can see the moon up there. It does give us a very good idea of whether we need to just gain a couple of feet or go down a couple of feet. So I think that, oh, see here, you see that is getting much higher. So as we come out of our turn, I have a feeling I'm going to have to set this much higher than 7,100. In fact, I'm sure I have to set it higher than 7,100. Let's go 8,000. We'll do a flight level change again. Okay. So we're setting for Cowan Lake. Now there it says 11,500 feet. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, these markers, I've seen them before where they say X amount of feet, and it isn't always that high. So I don't know if it's just because it doesn't report it correctly or what. But we'll keep an eye on our instruments here. I feel okay going towards this one. might try and map that leveler button actually onto my joystick as well. Use it as kind of a secondary. That wind farm is ridiculous. You can see them all from here, and there's just... They've just done a hash of it in certain areas, I think. Oh yeah, we're well above this this ridge line here. Well above it. Sometimes I wish I could have the same zoom outside the plane, roughly the same level of zoom as I do in. It's a much different area, and I think there's another big wind farm coming up over here as well. I don't deny that there might be some. Some windmills here, but I doubt there's this many. Now if you look up into the top right hand corner of the screen, you should be able to see the map. That shows roughly where I am in the States. Now I've been playing around with this because it's hard to sometimes get the exact distances down. I'm just going to extend it a little bit actually. It's not the distances. Get it to kind of a level where you feel like you know where you are, but you don't know where you are. I think at the moment this is good because we can still see the coastline. Oh, and I didn't realise that one was so big. So we need to see the heading. There we go. That's better. Now you can see the heading as well. Whoops. But those ones again, look, they're all too. Look at them. They're all too close together. It looks like the centipede for if you've seen that movie, Human Centipede. This is a windmill centipede. What a beautiful view this is. This is a fantastic area. This is really cool. You kind of got these mountains here, and then you just got a whole swath of flat. So I'm going to stay in cockpit for a moment, for a little while, because I prefer to stay, when I'm flying on my own, I stay in cockpit almost always. I prefer to be able to try and get a view of something through the cockpit window as you would in real life, but it's not always as much fun for that when you're streaming. People want to see stuff. Mostly people want to see me crash, but well, I thought you'd know there'd be a sequel, Brian. I've not actually seen it. I mean, I know all about it. I'm into my films and stuff, so I've read up a bit on it. But it's not my type of film in particular. I've always wanted to try and watch Rob Zombie movies, but I just not really into that type of stuff. Like Eli Roth as well. Tried to watch one of his, The Green Inferno, but they're like, it's the scariest film you've seen this century, and I'm like, fucking. Will they stop screaming, man? I think that's what it is. It's the screaming. I can't stand it. In people, babies, animals in distress. No, I'm only kidding. Animal in distress I'd probably react to a bit more. So I'm just going to open up the VR map to see roughly, so you can see roughly where we are at the moment, because we have a lot of flight today. A lot of flight. I don't even think we've done a third of it yet. No way. We haven't even done a third of it yet. This is a long one, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. But there's going to be a lot to see. That part I can guarantee you. Now we've got a big oval here. But it's not a racetrack, or it is some type of racetrack, but it's definitely not a famous one. That is definitely a track of some type. Could be a test track or something, I don't know. It's too big to be a standard kind of dirt racing track, but it's definitely an oval. It's not got any stands or anything though. I think the only movie I ever watched that was kind of what I would say distasteful was a movie called, I think it was called Bad Taste. It was by that guy that did, the guy who ended up doing like Lord of the Rings and stuff. You wouldn't believe it was his movie. Was it Peter Jackson? About a rabid rat and a zombie infection. And when they finally put helicopters in the game, well, that's going to be interesting because I'm definitely going to start doing some very, very specific tours. I don't know, Cartel, I was thinking that, but even though it's oval, look at it. There's no infrastructure down there. There's not even a highway close by, really. So I can't imagine it's NASCAR. It doesn't look like any NASCAR track I've seen on television. That looks like a karting track in the centre. I mean, they might, like I said, they might test NASCARs here and stuff. You never know. So we're heading towards Searles Lake now, which is 11,500. But we're going to be doing it through a mountain range, so we're going to kind of keep in... We're going to be in a flat area for a long time until we arrive at the Hoover Dam. Now we will be flying over the Hoover Dam, which is so cool, because I've been wanting to fly over the Hoover Dam in this game for a long time. We'll also be flying over Vegas, but I'm going to be honest with you, I've lost my bearings now. I don't know where Vegas is. If that's the first mountain range from Los Angeles, which I doubt it is, then Vegas would be somewhere here, I guess. But I don't know if Searles Lake is near Vegas. We're going to see Mountain Springs, the Hoover Dam, and then fly. I'm guessing we're going to fly through the canyons, would be my thought. And hopefully my thought is correct. And go through somewhere called Dragon's Corridor. So there's a lot, still quite a lot to see. Quite a lot to see. Yeah, it did look big, although sometimes things can look a little bit bigger than they are. As Meatloaf once said, objects in the rearview mirror. But sometimes the things can seem a little bit bigger than they are. It did look big. It looked about maybe 2 or 3 times the size of Circuit de Catalunya, which is near my hometown. About 20 minutes from here, and I remember flying over that at a similar height, and it seemed about 3 or 4 times the size of that. I could put oval circuits. I don't know if we're in Nevada now though. Oval circuits, Nevada. Consent. Well, it's not that one. It's not Las Vegas Motor Speedway, I know that much. Let's have a look. Rattlesnake Falcon, no. Summit Raceway, no. Parachute Valley, no. Have a look at the mountains around. You can't see the whole of it, but it could be a place called Spring Mountain Ranch. Or Top Gun Raceway, maybe. It didn't look like it had enough. No, it's not that one. It looked like one of these places where there's a lot of kind of races, but they're every week. You know, it's a bit like a wrestling place. They just have race after race after race. But it didn't look too professional. So I don't know. There's not enough violence. Well, I could try cutting off the head of one of my guys. I was playing. Well, you saw me. Did you come into the stream the other night for Watch Dogs, Brian? And this is a long one today. This was, well, I think I'll be here till the end. I think I'll be here till the end. But we've flown like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've probably flown 1/5 of it so far. However, I do forget that during these kind of deserted parts, I can just rack up the engine and we should shift it a bit more. Come on. Okay, there we go. Through these desert parts, I can just rack it up a bit more, but there is an add-on that I want to try. There is an add-on that I want to try, which is like a business add-on, but I don't know exactly how it works at the moment. So I'm trying to read up a bit on it because I don't want to invest in things left, right, and centre. There's Airline Online or whatever, which I know that Rusty Dog's using. I think Obsidian Ants used it as well, but I haven't got the money to be signing up for these things. It's like monthly, you have to pay for it, and it's I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not up to the standard as some of the other stuff that we used to have. FS Passengers for the old one, but that's not coming back, they've said, for this one, which is a real shame because FS Passengers was so cool. It would have co-pilot chatter, you could have radio chatter, it logged everything about your flight, any mistakes you made it knew about, which was a bit of a pain in the ass because I wasn't a good pilot in the previous ones. Well, not as good as I am in this. I've put a lot more homework into this. I've really been learning the ins and outs of this plane in particular. That's why you always see me fly it. I've been watching hundreds of videos over my morning coffees and stuff. How they started up from dark, procedures. One of my things at the moment is trying to learn the time when you know to start descending, and how and kind of getting the maximum descent speed versus the distance. But there's a bit more mathematics there than I would like to. I'd like to admit. Which I don't dislike mathematics, but okay, we're going to make a strange zigzag turn here, and I don't know why. It's showing up in my map that we are. What's it called? Sears Lake. And then we're going to kind of curl around here, by the looks of it. Or curl over here. But we are very, very much in line with that ridge, and I don't want to be too messy. So let's go to 88. Do a flight level change. for that. So we're only going up 3,000 meters, but puts our nose above that mountain range. We're not heading in. Well, I say we're not heading into it. We might be heading into it. If you're enjoying the stream today, people, do click that like button. I would like to say as well, next to the subscribe button there is a bell notification. If you want to know when I go live, please click that, because a lot of people who are subscribed, they don't get that notification that you've gone live. Okay, so here you can say we're making this turn, but then we're going to come back around. So I don't know if we're going to come back around over this crest, and that's what I'm worried about. Ah, no, we're going to fly through. Alright, we're going to fly through somewhere here, by the looks of it. This is going to be an interesting one. I think we need to be going up. I think we should be going to about 9.5. That's my feeling. So look at this. This is shit tip nowhere, people. This is probably Salton Sands. Probably. I wish I'd flown over Salton Sands. If you don't know what Salton Sands is, it's where Trevor lives in Grand Theft Auto 5. It's called Salton Sands. It's a real place. It looks like it could be. It's not, because I've seen Salton Sands on photographs. That looks like it could be some type of oil place, to be honest. So Ridge Crossing, and we're going to fly through this canyon kind of here between the two. Jesus, I work with people who can't fucking organise themselves at all. Right, what's up? 1 second, people. Right, so do that. So yeah, here we're making this turn. In this little valley here, so we're going to stick to this valley, which is really cool. I wouldn't mind actually coming down a few thousand feet if I wasn't sure. No, I think we can come down a couple of thousand feet. The reason I want to come down a couple of thousand feet is I really feel that what we at 9.4, so we'll come down to 7.4 or 7.5. Let's do 7.5. I'd like to come down a little bit because I want to. Should we do it as a flight level change? Wait, oh, Steve puta. So we're coming 150 at the moment. Want a bit higher than 150, don't we? 7, 8, 13. So 11. Let's try 1,100 feet per minute. The reason I want to come down a bit is because I think these ridge lines are going to look really cool flying through the centre there. I think they'll look really good flying through the middle. GPS tracking. I'm going to make a left turn somewhere along here. Guess going into this valley here. It's a very gradual left one. The other thing about getting through this flight is I took a sleeping tablet earlier. Not a sleeping tablet, but like it was. Well, it is a sleeping tablet, but not a strong one. I don't want it to kick in halfway through the stream where I go. No, it won't. I'm just listening to my speech a little bit, and I'm like, it's slightly impaired, but we'll be all right. We'll get through it. So we're going to turn off down here now. It's cool. I love how autopilot works. I think it's amazing. Especially Garmin autopilot. Jeez Louise. When I'm doing this in stream, I'm always trying to go too fast and half calling people. Oh, it's not the booze, nowhere near. I've only had a Guinness and a whiskey, and it's... What a one. And I had a good... I had a very hearty stew today. But I've got a bit of a hankering for chocolate. So, when this Guinness runs out... Oh, it ran out. I'm gonna go grab another one, and I'll grab a bit of chocolate. Don't normally eat chocolate, but I've had a real hankering for it recently. But I don't want to do it while we're... Actually, do you know what? I'm gonna do it now, before we make the next turn, okay? So I'm gonna just pull back a little bit on the old Engeruni. I'll leave you with these beautiful views. Yeah, we're not at stall speed. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna pour myself another Guinness, okay, and grab some chocolate. Back in a mo. Hey, Miguel Johnson. Is that the Miguel Johnson? The Miguel Johnson whose music I've been using so often? Has he come on while I've been to the toilet? Oh no! Is that the Miguel Johnson? I hope he hasn't dropped in and dropped out. That would be a sad state of affairs. Got some truffles. Cappuccino truffles. But why would he not wait till I came back? Yes, the Miguel Johnson. Well, sir, I'd really like to thank you for all your music. It's absolutely fantastic. And it has saved my life while I've been out in the black. And I'm sure it saved a lot of my viewers' lives. For the crap that comes out of my mouth, it fills an artistic void that isn't within this stream. So say hello to Miguel Johnson, everybody. Don't be rude. They all go quiet when other people come in. Well, sir, you keep the music coming and I'll keep it playing. And I was actually thinking not so long ago about trying to put it into my Flight Simulator streams. I was going to go through your back catalogue, and which I donated for, by the way. Donated for your catalogue, I think. Did I donate or buy? Can't remember. One or the other. But yeah, I keep on meaning to go through your catalogue. Expedition attempt? No, I haven't. I don't think so. I'd have to look at. You know, I'm terrible with names, but I'm really good with pictures. So let me just quickly search it, and then I'll tell you, because I should be able to tell by the picture. Nobody needs to tell you not to be rude, Brian. Let's have a look. I normally look on your Bandcamp, that's the thing. Oh no, this one I haven't seen. Is this a new one? It's a new one, isn't it? Okay, cool. I will definitely have a look at it, sir, and I will hopefully some of them will fit will fit this stream. And I do want to say that a couple of your tracks were absolutely fantastic for combat. I really enjoyed them. But I'll keep looking. And thank you for coming into the stream. It's nice to see. I've not been playing Elite recently because I kind of got a bit bored of it, but with the update, and now I'm kind of wanting to play it a lot more. I'll be going back to it very soon. Cheers, everybody. Pint of Guinness. Wow, I'm loving these mudslides from the mountains. Never expected to see this here. Yeah, I'll definitely be checking it out. Well, I've got it up on my phone now, so I'm gonna save it and then I'll play it through Bandcamp tomorrow, see what it's like. And it does. You did say it, or exploring planetscapes, so this will probably definitely enhance the experience of flying around Area 51. And how long have you been creating your own music for? And have you just dropped in the... Does this mean did you just drop in the stream by accident, or you get information of people who say that they use your music? Because I think even though I haven't used your music in Flight Simulator, I still have it in my show notes. Yourself and Chris Zabriskie. That Chris Zabriskie is actually becoming quite famous. They've used his stuff in Hollywood stuff. But you've done an album for a Hollywood movie. I've forgotten which one it was now. The one with the robot, I think. Not Wally Bryan. Ah, it's cool. Well, it means that I'm doing my tags right for a start. If you show up when you do a search of your name, that's cool. You know, some people, I wish I had the artistic ability to make music. Don't mind if a bit of a sing-song every now and again, as my viewers have noted. But all they do is slag me off. They don't support me in any way. They're more they're more abusive than they are supportive. Look at these mudslides. This is amazing. I'm loving this. It's beautiful. And I sincerely hope you get some more movie and TV work at some point. I'd love to hear some of your music in something like The Expanse, to be honest. I think it fits it very well. Well, you're quite lucky, Brian, because when we hit Africa in my Round the World stream, I was considering just singing Toto's Africa constantly. But there's musical rights and I couldn't get them, so... Well, the joysticks are at a... what do you say? At a premium at the moment, yeah. I've actually got a joystick that I should sell, because I can probably make profit for it at the moment, but... where are you from, by the way, Miguel? Miguel, sorry. I said Mikel because where I live, the Spanish name is Miguel, but the colloquial local name is Mikel. So, where do you come from? I've never read your bio, I'm afraid. You can't read, that's why. Shut up, Brian. Oh, look at this landscape. This is phenomenal. We better check our flight path here. We don't want to be hitting any of these mountain ranges because we're going to the right now. So we'll be heading somewhere over this range here. We're pretty much a couple of thousand feet. Oh, you live in Las Vegas, my favourite city next to New York. Love Las Vegas. First time I went to Vegas, thought I would hate it. I genuinely thought I was... We'll be flying over your house in a minute, actually. I was doing the voice where I finish your sentences instead of you having to say them. We'll be flying over Las Vegas at some point. Went to Las Vegas, thought I'd hate it. Ended up loving it. Ended up partying with 4 university girls and a yard of... What the hell was it? I can't remember if it was... I think it was a yard of Long Island iced tea. I went to a strip bar. Oh, I've forgotten the name of it. Really, really famous dive strip bar. It's in that Paul Verhoeven movie. Anyway, went there. Greatest and saddest story of my life. Ended up sharing a bed with these 4 girls, but was in no fit state to talk or do anything. Well, it's funny you should say that. I've always been in the winter. I went at the centenary. I was there for the centenary. And then I went... When was it I went? Must have been 7 or 8 years ago now. Spent a few days there. Playing blackjack. Went to see Chris Angel. Good fun. Well, at least in the summer it's got air conditioning out the wazoo in the casinos. And haven't you got that? You've got like some type of museum there by that ghost hunter on TV as well. You know, the bro guy. Bro, I just saw a ghost, bro. To be honest with you, where I live, I can't remember the American numbers, but yeah, it's not too far off where I live. Plus, we have humidity. Thinking about that heat would make you sweat, Brian. Thinking about it makes a Scotsman just start sweating profusely. We must be bloody somewhere near Las Vegas because we've gone over a few mountain ranges. We did go north first and then we came back down. But you've never like been to the Hoover Dam or the Grand Canyon or anything. I understand kind of not going to the casinos and stuff, because I guess if you live there that could get boring really fast. But you've got the Guggenheim. You've got the Guggenheim and you've got an NFL football team. So I don't know what this mountain is here, but it's got snow on top. Like I said, I'm probably going to do a tour of the PCT in this plane in one episode. Love to do it. Looking at... This isn't Vegas, is it? No, it can't be. Pahrump Junction. No idea what Pahrump Junction is. No, this is definitely not Vegas. But it's got some buildings here in Pahrump Junction. So I thought for a second it might be Vegas. There's riots in Vegas? I can't imagine it. All I can imagine is two sides fighting and people betting on it. Cavada Meadows we are in apparently. At Pahrump Junction. So, and now we're going to Highway Bend. So Highway Bend is okay. Wow, this is a really strange flight. I was sure we passed Vegas at some point, but I can't see on here where it is. I know we're going to be flying some canyons, baby. Let me zoom out. I'm looking here, this airspace. Killas, yes, okay, we are. We're going to be flying past Las Vegas, to the south of Las Vegas. So we'll be able to see it from a distance. Probably going to be flying by there in 5-10 minutes, I think, peeps. We're going to go around this mountain here. So Miguel should be able to see this mountain from his house. But the opposite way. Bloody hell. Yeah, a lot of places are getting like that now. Okay, so we've got a raceway here. Got a raceway down there. Couldn't tell you which one it is, but that's a very intricate one, so I'm guessing it's for... could be for dirt. This looks like a golf course with lots of houses around it. And you wonder, how the hell lives that? Look at this. This road here. Just flat. I remember when I went to Las Vegas and we went to Area 51 and we just drove flat for hours. Hours and hours and hours. So, have any of the big channels been using your music as well, Miguel? Like the big ones? No, I have a real potato PC. How it runs this game and lets me stream, I'll never know. But this isn't even half the capability of the graphics, that's the thing. One of my next investments will be a new PC, if I can afford it at some point. Because this one is just... it's amazing for what it's done. I've had it 8 years. I've updated the graphics card 3 times, added a bit of RAM. That's it. Oh, and changed one hard drive. And when I found that it ran this game as well as it does, I was over the moon. I mean, because there's no buildings or trees, I mean, it's, you know, the frame rates are pretty decent, but, this is such a potato PC. It's got the side off it. I think people don't believe me. I did say I was going to post a picture of the PC at some point. I am poor than a poor man who lost his wallet. but I enjoy streaming. The only thing I have pride and joy is my joystick. It's my baby. It's the only real thing apart from the PC that I've got of value, I think. I have another one of these truffles. These truffles are lovely. Cappuccino truffles. It'll come, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. Like I said, a couple of the songs, because I've listened to a lot of your catalogue, because I do a lot of exploration, so some of your songs weren't really, or some of your music wasn't fitting enough, and so I had to go through a lot of your music to find the ones that I felt fit the stream. Because I did documentary filmmaking at university, so I know when something fits what I'm doing. And I remember going through it thinking, you know, this song would fit The Expanse. This song would fit like a more of a what do you call it? Like more of a Star Trek type of thing. But I think some of your music would also even fit cyberpunk stuff. My personal opinion. What are my specs? I've got an i7, but it's 16,000 years old. It's an 8-year-old i7, but I purposely bought that. I've got 32 gig of RAM, which I think the RAM is really important in this game. I think the RAM's the most important. I've got a standard hard drive. It's not SSD or anything. And I'm running an RTX Fatboy 590, I do believe, which unfortunately needs its fans max clocked to make it work, but it does work. This is a road. I followed this road. I didn't realise that. This road goes all the way to Los Angeles. This highway. I took that highway when we went to from Las Vegas to Los Angeles. I'm just going to check my my horizon and make sure we're going to make it over this. I think we are. I think we're fine. So as we pass over this pass, Las Vegas will be out of this window. So we'll check it out when we get there. All right, I'll have a look actually, because I didn't realise. I didn't realise you had Spotify playlist, because I've got Spotify because of Joe Rogan moved on to there. And I wanted to have it when the final big move happens, so... No, I know, there is a delay. Damn, YouTube, you don't have to apologise. I'm used to it now. Okay, so as we come over here, this is a valley of Vegas here, right over here. So it even comes down to here. I'm not sure. So as we come over the crest of this, we'll start to see Vegas in its glory. Unfortunately, most of the strip doesn't pop in unless you get to a certain distance, but we can keep our fingers crossed. I might have a look at the one on SoundCloud simply because Spotify sometimes runs adverts, and unless it's one of the old Bud Light adverts, I prefer not to have it running in the middle of a stream. So Vegas is like here, or somewhere here. That might be it there actually. Talking nads myself. Let's have a look on. Yeah, so this is Vegas here. Kind of all here. If I zoom in, no, it's not. Where is it? Where is Vegas? Stop changing direction. Anywho, this is the Valley of Vegas. Is that a building over there? You can't do it when you zoom. It's so hard when you zoom in. All we need is one building on the strip. This is Vegas. Anywhere where it's black. So yeah, there's the strip. You can see the strip just popped in. The strip just popped in. So that's the Las Vegas Strip. But I mean, you've got everything. I don't even know my geography of Vegas. So I think Henderson's over here. And I think Miguel might be able to fill us in, but Las Vegas Strip is not in Las Vegas. I don't know, I can't remember where it is, but it's not in Las Vegas, because Las Vegas is a separate part. So yeah, the strip's popped in, but you won't be able to see it very well here. The airport's here, more or less. You can see the Luxor there, you can just about see Luxor, you can see the stratosphere. So we're going to head down towards Slow Mine. Now you can see the outline areas have all dropped in, but because I'm keeping a distance from Vegas itself, it's not going to pop in. But if you want to see a drone view of Vegas at any point, if you go back in one of my streams a couple of weeks ago, a Discovery Series one, you will see me doing the drone cam fly through of downtown Vegas. We've got In-N-Out in Vegas, best burgers in the world apparently. I don't know, I go towards Five Guys, depending the topping. Yeah, I know it's not Las Vegas, because Las Vegas, Nevada is where, I think it's where the old strip was. Let me check this up, because I like knowing what I'm talking about rather than just talking about it. So if we put in the Bellagio, it says Las Vegas Boulevard, Las Vegas, but I'm blooming sure it's not in Las Vegas. Do you know what I'll say? I'll do a Google search. Is the strip in Las Vegas? Viva Las Vegas! There you go, we can see the strip now. I think it's popped in a bit more. Yeah, we can see some of the places a little bit better now. It's harder to do when I'm doing it with the mouse. I'm sorry, you can't quite get it perfect. If I wanted to see the airport, I could. But yeah, it's we need to get that kind of level where it doesn't pixel out too much. Okay. Las Vegas Strip. It's in Clark County, Nevada, not Las Vegas, Nevada. That's it. Right, okay. Okay, so it's in Clark County. South Las Vegas Boulevard in Clark County. Oh no, Clark County no, because Clark County is Clark County, hang on. Paradise. It's in Paradise, Nevada, that's it. Okay. And Winchester apparently, but I've never heard of Winchester, but I remember before Clark County. And the strip is called Las Vegas Boulevard, which I didn't know. So we're flying over Henderson Executive. So yeah, I was correct when I said this was Henderson. I remember the odd thing, people. I'm not totally dunce. You can see the Mandalay there. You can see the MGM there. It's only because of the colours. And you can see the Luxor just in between. The others it's pretty difficult. The Strat's always easy to see because it's looks like the tower in what do you call it, in Seattle. Let's do a flight level change because I feel we're a bit too high here. So we're going to pull ourselves down to. We might go down to about 5,000 feet. We'll do a flight level change. No, we won't. We'll do a vertical speed change. That should do. We don't need to do it at a huge speed. Let's see what we're at. So, oh, we can go a bit faster than 700. Is that enough? 1,300 feet a minute. That should be absolutely fine. By the way, people, if you do enjoy Elite a lot, and those of you who love having all the extra bits, do check out Miguel's videos. I'll just link it actually in the Discord. Do check out his videos on Bandcamp, because he does have a really good playlist, some really good playlists. Sorry, and they're well worth having in the background of some of your trips. How do I do this? I do this on this one, don't I? Oh crap! I can't do it. All right, I know how to do it. Right. I'll just load up Restream chat. Okay, so we're heading towards Railroad Pass here. There you go, there's a link for his most recent album, Expedition Artemis. Or Artemis, depending on if you're English or American. Now that says Boulder City Municipal, but there's no way we're in Boulder City. In Colorado. No way. But that's where we're heading towards, and I have brought us down a little bit just so we can get a good look at that Hoover Dam as we fly over. I might actually disconnect the autopilot at this point and have a bit of a mooch around Hoover Dam. It's kind of one of those places you don't want to miss, do you? We'll make a left turn, and I'm guessing Hoover Dam's hidden somewhere over here. The problem is I don't want to crash. Okay, now autopilot's off. I'm going to do our own little flight here, okay? For the time being. So luckily this baby's signposted, so we won't have to... Yep. Miguel's good enough to let us use it on our streams and stuff. As long as you give them just give people a heads up in the chat where you found it, because there's no point in using somebody's property and then not linking it. That would be really rude. Oh, we're all over the place. Sound like Andrew Dice Clay there. Oh! Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet. Yeah, that can actually be an issue, because I've used music before where I've been flagged for it, and not luckily not flagged as a strike, but I have been flagged for using it, and then those videos get monetized, even though it said it was free copyright music. Okay, we're going to make a little turn here, and then we're going to do something you could not do in real life, because I'm sure they've got anti-aircraft missiles around Hoover Dam these days. Because of those goddamn terrorists, as Clint Eastwood would say. by the way, if you've never seen Gran Torino by Clint Eastwood movie, go watch it. Serious. And even though it runs slowly at the beginning, go watch it. Great movie. Great movie. Funny as hell. Dramatic. It's got a bit of everything. Right, let's do this. We're gonna go canyon running for the first time in Flight Simulator. And I'm gonna have to hold on to my britches, because... So if you've only been half watching up until now, now's the moment to actually tune in and watch your favourite YouTuber crash his plane. I hope I don't crash my plane, because I'm buggered if we do. I might have to do this through the cockpit. I don't think we can really do this without doing it in cockpit, I'm afraid, people. The reason I have to do it in the cockpit is because I get a better view of everything. Oh, she doesn't like this, does she? She cannot take it, Captain! She cannot take much more of it! Okay, really important here to keep an eye on the speeds, because otherwise we are going to drop out the sky. But the idea is head towards the Hoover Dam. Now we're losing speed because we've flattened out. And this is going to be a very quick look at the Hoover Dam, people. I can see it through the corridor there. We are losing speed even though we've whacked the engines right up. Whoa! Oh, jeez, Louise. Whoa. I feel like Han Solo. This is the road bridge, the new road bridge, because you can't use the old road bridge. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so we missed it. I didn't get to see any of it, the Hoover Dam there, did you? Did anybody else get to see it? I'm going to put it back on course. Did anybody get to see the Hoover Dam there? Don't worry, we'll revisit the Hoover Dam at some point. I'm just going to whack the engines up because we are almost at stall speed. We don't want that. Ah, so you know when the music's supposed to kick in. Look at that, we're not even gaining at the moment. That is crazy. Actually, I probably shouldn't have the autopilot on at the moment. We need to gain some serious height to get over here. When we get a helicopter, those things are going to be so good. I wouldn't have got over in the Icon. I would not have got over it in the Icon. The thing is, Miguel, you're sat there going, cue the Jurassic Park theme tune. Good luck, Swifty. Everybody else who comes into the stream's going, please crash, crease clash and a ball flips. That's my base. I love them, but that's my base. However, it is a bit quiet today. Monday's a quiet day for streaming. Thursday night, for some strange reason, seems like one of the best, but unfortunately, I work till late on Thursdays. Can't make those Thursday streams. Okay, so we're off to Spencer Canyon now, or Quartermaster Canyon. This will be us. We're now going towards the Grand Canyon area. This lake here, I know its name, but I've forgotten now. I saw it in Aerial America by the Smithsonian, but I can't for the life of me remember the name of the lake. My God, I'm sure we're still only halfway through this flight. We'll make it. So I'm just sending a work email. I'll be with you in a second. As a music producer, that Jurassic Park theme, when it first kicked in the movie, John Williams though, innit? Who is, Miguel, who is your biggest composer inspiration? Who is your biggest inspiration as a composer? I'm surrounded by freaking idiots. No, that's not you lot. I'm talking about people I work with. Oh, this is a beautiful area, actually, isn't it? It's looking really nice. I'm just. Hans Zimmer. Okay. What about James Newton Howard? I really like James Newton Howard. In that order. Boom, 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 boom. I quite like James Newton Howard. I do like Hans Zimmer. I always miss Hans Zimmer off. And oh cripes, I'm gonna fuck this one up. Hans. Shit, I've forgotten his name. Hans. I bet it's not even Hans. Hang on, I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to check it up. It's not Hans. I love James Newton Howard. I just like the stuff that he does. It isn't a lot of my favourite movies. Fucking Hans. Bernard Herrmann. I tell you, even to this day, any Hitchcock film with Bernard Herrmann just has the most amazing musical score. And I'm not saying that as a film geek, I'm saying it because it's just true. The juxtaposition of a lot of the notes and stuff, I love it. I really do. And the aggressiveness of some of it as well. Let me just do a flight level change, and I'm gonna pull back a bit on there. We need a couple of hundred more to clear this one, Captain. Can we go vertical and up? Up. Go over 1,000, and we should get over it easy. Isn't nice? I don't know why I was thinking Hans. No, definitely. I remember as a child watching Hitchcock's films and the effect that Bernard Herrmann's music would have on me regardless of what I was seeing. The chase scene between... Well, not even chase scene. The follow scene between the policeman and Marion Crane was just nail-biting, and still is. I mean, it still has a... I don't know, it still has a touch to it. So we must be entering the Grand Canyon area now, people. Yeah, Bernard Herrmann. I'm gonna be honest, so I had to look that up. But James Newton Howard, I liked his work on Collateral. I love Collateral. If you haven't seen Collateral, a lot of people don't watch it because it's got Tom Cruise in it and whatnot, but Collateral is a great piece of directing, even acting. As much as I don't like Tom Cruise, his acting in that is pretty good. Yeah, this obviously the Grand Canyon. I think this is the visitors centre. Now, oh no, that's the airport. Now, I don't think I've got any bits and bobs for the Grand Canyon, unfortunately. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I mean Star Wars as well, like, you think of it. Pretty aggressive. Forgotten what Darth Vader's march is called. Okay, so look, we're going over the canyon area now. What's a spell check, Ellisgar? Oh, hang on, Elsgar, I missed one of your messages. Well, 2K is alright, isn't it? For you. Give yourself a round of applause. You deserve it. Go careful though, because those markets are volatile. Oh, this looks amazing. Those stock markets are volatile. Okay, we'll do. I will definitely listen to it. And as we move towards Christmas and further into coronavirus, I'm probably going to do a long Elite stream over Christmas, so I'll try and put a bit of your music in there. Imagine the pioneers having to cross this. I'm out of whiskey, people. We're going to pour some Canadian Club. A little one. One second, I think one of the cats wants to come on. Cat wants in, and now he's counting down to the trouble. So we're heading towards Diamond Creek. This is an amazing spot of land. I wish I had a better graphics card. Behave. Behave or I'll have to pull your head off. Lie down. Boy. Imagine would the pioneers have even tried to cross this, or would they given up? There must be chunks of rock here where there's no in and out. Now when we get to Diamond Creek, we're going to head north to Twin Peaks. And I think I'm gonna say that we are probably gonna complete this flight within the stream. I hope to God so. I did want to go to bed a little bit earlier tonight, but that's not gonna happen. So you can kind of see here that the graphics aren't holding up very well. You have to really zoom out to give it any, because otherwise it just looks a bit drab, doesn't it? I think I've said before that I don't know if this area is fully rendered, which I think it is. I think it is. But you can see certain areas where it looks like this doesn't fit it. And what happens is they buy a mesh, like a professional mesh for the game, and then when they drape the photograph over it, it doesn't fit, which causes like some really some strangeness like this, This would probably be much further up, but it doesn't look too bad. But this is pretty cool. It was very nice to meet you finally, because, you know, using your music for so long, it's a pleasure to have you in the stream, and thank you for producing it, because I'm sure my elite streams in particular, it makes them go a lot better for people. And I know that I've tried to pick the songs that would do whatever I'm doing justice, so thank you very much. Thanks very much for dropping on. I'll give you a 9-7 in this stream. When you're drunk. 9-7. And you say have a great flight, but all my viewers are waiting for me to crash land. That's a problem. They turn off half the way through, I see it. I go from 10 viewers to 2, and then just I'm about to come back into land, it goes back up to 10. I thought it would take us right over Grand Canyon. I'm supposing it will. Do you know what I hoped it would take us over? And forgive me for not remembering the name. Is that where the asteroid crashed? But that's going to be for another show. I survived the canyon run. I survived it. Shut up, Elledgar. I survived it, son. Let's see you run a canyon in 5 parsecs. Has anybody been watching the new series of The Mandalorian? I love it. I'd watch the next episode already if I could. Seriously, just give the whole... Disney should just say to Jon Favreau, John, there's £1 billion. Just fucking go crazy, son. You know, Jon Favreau, I never used to like him in movies. Never liked his characters, never liked kind of how he was portrayed in the movies. But his films, all his films are pretty damn good. And he was managed to get himself in The Sopranos, the dick. But New York Born, it's always a good thing. But you look at what he's directed into the public conscious. You know, you look at some of the films that are lesser known, like Chef. Chef is a great film. You have to kind of be into your food, but if you're into your food, Chef is a great movie. But I'm just going to quickly go through his filmography here. He's directed 26 movies, produced 29. But I tell you, you go down the list, you start at the bottom, and his first big movie was Elf, which I didn't like because I hate Thingamajig, the guy in Elf. I've forgotten his name now, can't stand him, the comedian. But over time it's grown on me. And then he made the Zatora, A Space Adventure, which wasn't too bad. And then of course he made Iron Man, which was Iron Man. He brought that franchise to life. He made Cowboys and Aliens, which is a really underrated movie. I wouldn't say it's a great movie, but it's very underrated. Totally watchable movie. Then he did Chef. He rebooted Jungle Book, which is pretty good. The Lion King, and now The Mandalorian. And I just think, like, he's done a few different movies across different things. I think he's I think Disney should just give him an open checkbook and tell him to run with it. Direct everything, the video games, the movies, the TV series. Or they should just give him a checkbook and say, just produce nothing but TV series, John, for the Disney Channel. Let's get those signatures up. Right, I just need to check this, the horizon here, because we are very close to, very close to the line with this next ridge. So I'm just going to whack us up a little bit. Unfortunately, the Ultimacell Select isn't working properly. Of course it isn't, because nothing does in this game. Whoop. I won't go crazy on this one. We'll just get us up to 8.1. I think 8.1 should get us up to the height we want to be when we arrive to Supai. I watched Rambo last night when I couldn't get OBS working. It's a good movie. It was a very good movie. Really surprised by it. Wasn't what I expected. When you look at Rambo in the public zeitgeist, I didn't realise what it was. Really enjoyed it. Scott Brian Dennehy, I think his name's Dennehy, died very recently actually. And he's a bit of a div in the movie. And then I watched Cocoon as I was going to sleep, and he's a really nice guy in Cocoon. This is fully mapped. This is fully mapped. You can tell because the colours and everything are exactly where they should be. This is some serious wilderness though when you're flying over it. We've still got a fair way to go, kids. We've got the throttle pretty much maxed up, so we are hauling ass here. Imagine doing this in a bloody biplane, you'd be here forever. Just look at this. It's amazing. Oh, thanks for the subscription, Miguel, as well. Subscribe to the channel, that's always nice. Un otro suscripción. I'm going to make a slight right turn here. I'm going to shove another truffle in my mouth. Oh, we're going to do a really weird... Sorry. Speaking with my mouth full, but I'm just looking at the path now. The turn won't be as weird as it seems here. But when we get to Supai, I'm going to do a right turn over here. Then we're going to do a turn back on ourselves. It then looks like we're going to kind of fly alongside a river, probably from, by looks it, from a huge lake. And then we'll do our last part where we go up towards our destination. And this will have to be a VFR landing because I didn't pick a runway or anything for landing, so this one's going to be interesting. Oh crap, I accidentally opened Firefox. Yeah, if you get some frame problems, you'll see why. I'm going to stop the enable preview there. I just want to see how it looked on the screen. This is fantastic. Look at this. This is great. This is great. This is great. I mean, you can tell this is the United States of America, people. It looks like Mars. But this is the thing about parts of the country. You see this here? This is what I was talking about. See this line here? That's a river. And you see how it's just stuck on the side of the mountain? You can see it here as well. It might not actually be a river. It might actually be the side of the mountain. But unfortunately, because Asobo or whoever didn't invest in the correct meshing, the photo drops over the side and it creates... I mean, if you didn't know what it was, you wouldn't necessarily notice. But it can be a bit annoying. Because you realise that the object would be much more grandiose. So we're going to come down towards the ranch and then we're going to let's turn back north or northeast. We're kind of going to go in that direction. We are landing in Bryce Canyon. Which is still of a fair way off. So you can see, although we're at 8,000 feet, kind of flying at 8,100. I really want to turn on the real weather and see what it's like. Hang on. Live, I bet there's no change. There's no change, is there? Alright, let's go clear skies. Oh, dang it, we've hung it. Okay, it's going again. Right, now... what we can do is let's see what my real weather thing does. So I'm going to run my weather app. Let's see what my real weather app kicks out. If it actually kicks out anything different. It doesn't always, to be honest. Games, Flight Simulator. Takes a couple of seconds for the app to load up. See a cloud burnt in there. You beat? What time is it? 5 in the afternoon? Don't go to bed too early. That's from... Go to bed around... If you have to push it, you want to get to that 8, 9 o'clock time. You got to push yourself towards it. Because otherwise you'll wake up in the middle of the night. Oh shit, it needs permissions. I forgot about that. Come on, Ellis guy, you can stick in with this last leg. We're not far off. See what the real weather's like here. Got about the same distance as when I flew over Nevada. As long as these sleeping pills don't kick in. Should I say sleeping pill? Oh, it's... Oh, this is the real weather here. This is cool. Let's kick with it. So in actuality, in this part of Utah, Nevada, at the moment, it is snowing. It is snowing. It's cool. I'm going to run with this for a while. You won't see this often in this area. So we're going to make a really strange change of direction here, I think. A little bit further, and then we're going to head off back up there. So we can see a bit of snow build up on the ground, and we want to stay close to the ground for the time being. I think it's a better thing for us. But as we go up towards Dragon's Corridor is definitely a mountain, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. I think we might need to go up maybe 1,000. You have to be... we have to be careful in this weather because we don't want to go up too much. But we definitely need to go up because we are... let's do the flight level change. We definitely need to gain a little bit of altitude because we are really low here, lower than I thought. So let's go up to, I don't know, let's go up to 9.5. The problem is we don't want to go up more than we have to because we'll lose sight of the ground. You can now see there's some snow on the ground, which we wouldn't have seen before. So the game's starting to implement snow on the ground and stuff. That's pretty cool. We'll go 8.3, yeah? I'm going to start making sure that we haven't got any icing going on. Because, I might just put some of the icing stuff on just in case. We're not ridiculously high or anything, but... You can see there's some snow on the ground. This is why I wanted to start flying using the weather app, because I think so we're flying back towards the ranch, which we flew over before. So quite a strange... Oh, we must have missed the Grand Canyon part there. Oh, shite. Ah, don't worry, we'll come back and do Grand Canyon one day. So yeah, it says light snow currently in the Grand Canyon National Park. And now we should be doing a massive right here. And this is going to make for interesting landing conditions. Time is it? 11:11. Okay. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to go back to normal conditions. Simple because I like to, yeah. I like to see what we're flying over. But that weather synthesis, I like it as well. And I will be using it more as I'm going forward. I'm going to do some night flight, some night passenger flights. And, the pills are kicking in. Let's hope they don't stop me before the end of the stream. By the way, people, for Christmas, would you like your own Ineffectual Gamer t-shirt or mug? I am looking to start getting them out. There's going to be 2 types of mug. 1 type of hoodie. But it does have printing on the front and the reverse. Or on the back. I wanted a shoulder patch, but you can't get it done. Unfortunately. And I will be looking to maybe sell a couple of them at the end of this month. The end of November, yeah. Ready for Christmas. If anybody might be interested. It might just be a bit too low here. Let me check my horizon. Yeah. I think we're slightly lower than we should be, so we want to go 8. Let's go 8.6, 8.7, 8.8. No, we don't want it to go. Let's go 8.8 for the time being. Maybe add a little. You really have to be careful here. You really have to keep an eye on that. Might even want to go a bit higher, to be honest. Let me go 9.8. See how that takes us. We have to put the vertical thing on again and whack it up a little bit. You want to be just climbing up above that blue line. And I think we're probably going to have to do another maybe 1,000, 2,000 feet after that. I honestly believe. So let's go 11, maybe 11 for the time being. We'll see how that takes us. So we're going to go up 2,000 feet. I just think we need to because we're not far off the mountains here. And you don't want to be too close to the ground. We're now less... Does it say dollars? It can do. Honestly, for example, the cup, for example, you could have Ineffectual Gamer on the front with Elledsgar on the back, so it would, or Commander Elledsgar, whichever you want on it. It could have Doles Unite if that's what you wanted. I could look at getting that done. Toyed with the motto "making effectual gaming great again," but I thought it would ward off the lefties. Can't stop eating these truffles, they're lovely. I'm not a chocolate lover at all. Passing Grand Canyon Airport there. Hauling ass to Marble Canyon. And then we'll start our approach into Bryce Canyon. Which is good. I will be happy when I'll be able to kind of make a business out of this game, so i.e. flying charter flights and stuff between cities, having a look at certain cities. I'm just kind of really enjoying that. Love doing the Discovery Series stuff. It is genuinely interesting. I do a fair bit offline when I have the opportunity as well. Try to do some short flights in the morning, so I've had a bit of a mooch around and seen a few places, but this game just, I mean, look at that. Look at what we've come from. All those jaggedy canyons and everything, and we break out into this just flat openness. It's amazing. I mean, it's real life, it's a real place, but if this was in a game like Elite, everybody would start. You know you would. All of you. Brian with both hands. But you know you would, because if we could have this type of planet surface, can you imagine? Having said that, I miss some of my planet side stuff in frickin' Elite. Trying to climb mountains that were unclimbable. It was all fun. So, we are now going to Marble Canyon, then Lake Powell, and then we'll make a left turn at Lake Powell, and we will start our approach to Bryce Canyon. And I can't quite get it in my map which actually I can, which runway we will be landing on. And if I look at my handy little chart, we are going to be landing on a single digit runway, and my supposition would be runway 6 or 7. Now let's see, even before we get to Marble Canyon, if we can actually just find Bryce Canyon. I don't know if we will, because we're still a No, it's not going to give us it yet. So, ironically, it's given us ones even. Right, so Marble Canyon. Come on, give me Bryce. I only want Bryce so I can pick my Navajo Mountain. That's the name of her. Bryce Canyon. There we go. So let's traffic. Select a runway for landing, and it will be runway 3. Wow. Okay. Can't be 21. Hang on. Runway 3. Okay, runway 3 it is. Can't be 21. No, runway 3.
Kilo Bravo Charlie Echo traffic ineffectual gamer Niner 760 miles southeast, 11,000 feet inbound to land runway 3.
So I'm not sure if we only have to announce for Bryce, because it's a small airport, so honest to God, I don't know exactly how it works. But we are not far off now. You see the pattern entry there? 60 nautical miles away. We're going to fly over this river. Sorry, this lake ahead of us here. And then we're kind of going to go over there, and then we'll connect with the pattern entry for Bryce Canyon. So, just as I feel my pills kicking in, so hopefully the pills stave off. I think it will. Right, okay, we're finally making that big left turn now. Well, it's not the big left turn. We're going to follow this lake a little bit now. Now, as you can see, there isn't a huge amount of mountains here. So we're going to be as we're approaching Bryce Canyon, I suppose we're going to turn right a little bit here. We're going to fly out across here. And then when we come back around, this is when I think we're going to start it's going to be hard to work out actually, because I don't know what the landing is at Bryce Canyon. Oh crap! Can I look it up in airport info? KBCE or KBCF? Let's have a look. I don't like doing this because it can be a bit dangerous. KBCF. Charts direct. No, I don't want direct to. Nearest airport. KBCF. Crap. It's gonna do that, isn't it? KBCF. Did I just pass it? Ah. KBCE. So the runway's at 7,411 feet. 7,411 feet. So let me do some basic maths. I haven't got a piece of paper. Come on, let's do the math, people. So Bryce Canyon, mother lover. Oh, it's gonna bloody mess about now. KBC. KB. Oh, this is really annoying. Okay, 7,411 feet. 7,411 feet. Now we have to add 2,100 to that, so it would be 9,500. Okay, so 9,500 is roughly where our pattern entry will start. Okay, so we will look to lose some elevation as we get closer. We can see the pattern entry here because I've still got the red cone on. So what's the magic number? 9,500. It's actually 9,511, but we'll get it all right. Canadian Club's alright. It's got a real bad afterburn, but the actual on the palate, it's really good. Do you know one thing I don't do with this game, people? I don't do the icon as much as I should and do some water landings and stuff. I really don't. I bet there's some great lakes around the world to do water landing on. It's something I'm going to look forward to doing in the future for sure. So we are heading towards Lake Powell. Lake Powell is this lake just off here, and then we're going to make a turn and we are going to go back towards the north, towards Bryce Canyon. Just looking at that there to see what the hell that is. It seems like it's a missing part of the photo, which tells me something is hidden there in real life. It's not a flipping glacier, so there is something hidden there in real life. Whether it, I don't know, it could be a radio station for the army or something. Who knows? There's something hidden there. Okay, there we go. We've got the pattern entry in view. And we'll make a couple of maneuvers before we get there. I hate Facebook these days. It's just a load of people arguing about politics. Trying to point out to my left-wing and right-wing friends that they're both as fucking petulant as each other. And I'm sick of reading about it. It's called the democratic process for a reason. The left are trying to pretend that the Democrats never kicked off in the 2016 election, even though they spent millions of taxpayers' money trying to get Trump indicted. And the Trump people are trying to say that the whole election was rigged, which is bollocks. I'm bloody sick of seeing it. Friends upon friends. This is what politicians love. None of them are losing money. None of them are losing position. Yet friends are fighting among friends. They fucking love it. They love it. And they may sneer at each other in Parliament or in the Senate, but when they're all in a black tie dinner drinking the best whiskey available to man, they're patting each other on the back and telling each other how much of a good job they've done. It's all codswallop. I'm sick of seeing it. Absolutely sick of seeing it. There's this particular thing that I wanted to say and I can't think. Okay. So sorry about that. Just some friend writing some shit. I couldn't be arsed listening to it anymore. Some people who you can talk to and get along with, there's other people who their political ideals run their lives, and I'm sorry, but I just can't follow any of that crap. Politicians don't give a fuck about me, or you, or your mum, or your dad. Unless you've got money, then they absolutely love you, and they'll do everything they can to make your life great. And people... Now Biden's got into power, which... my personal opinion is I would prefer Biden over Trump, but that's from a personal point of view. But people are acting like Biden is Jesus Christ reborn, a man who has voted for numerous illegal wars, killed thousands of innocent Iraqis with his decisions, but oh, he's Jesus Christ, it's okay. A man who, while trying to say Trump was in bed with Russia, even though he wasn't, his own son was in fact in bed with the Ukrainians. But no, again, no, that's acceptable. I'm sick of it. People need to understand that politics is not working and that politicians are all frauds, and we need to deal with it as people. We need to stop this red versus blue, which nearly every country have red versus blue. Did you know that? Some countries have a slight change because their colour system is bent towards one or the other, but in reality pretty much all are red-blue. The most fucking basic colours on the planet. And people act like it's a football game. In actuality, people at a football game get more passionate, sadly, than they do politics. Get off the politics, Swifty. Thing is, I'm a centrist. I can see the good in both sides and the bad in both sides. And I also know that neither give a damn. Right, we are on the last leg, people. I'm just about surviving, but we are on the last leg. We've got this kind of, we've got these mountains to cover here, but it all depends on our trajectory. So I don't want to change. I can see the pattern entry is on the other side of the mountain, but I can see on my map that we kind of go right. It looks like we go around that mountain. We're going to make a little right here, and then we're going to make a huge left turn, and I think it takes us around here and then around the other side of that mountain. If it does, our pattern entry should be absolutely fine, and we should be able to go into descent mode very soon. We are absolutely on the last part of our flight now, so I also don't understand why people in England are so pro and for Trump. So people are pro-Trump, loads of people are anti-Trump, and it's like, what the fuck do you care? They'll bomb us if we had chocolate anyway. And I don't mean that against you, Rob. I know you wouldn't. The US government would bomb England if it had enough oil. Bring freedom. But they would. We're just very lucky to be an elitist nation as well. Very, very lucky. So a question I asked my Egyptian friend once. I said, "What's the thing you're most scared of in the world?" He said, "I'm scared that America sees us as a rogue state," as he put it. It was a bit sad because the guy's a really nice guy. That was his biggest fear in life. Find out that America sees them as a rogue state. Nicest guy in the world. Mo. Softest as well. Get off, you old bag. Get off. Right, I can see the pattern entry now. Because we're not far off. See the pattern entry just over here. We are going to follow that pattern entry actually. What we're actually going to do is we're going to follow along here and then we're going to turn around. And then I can see us following right in on that pattern entry. Which is good. So we should start to put in our numbers. And our numbers are 95. Is 95. Then we want to go vertical speed. We don't have to go crazy vertical speed either now. Couple over. Exactly what you I care because I think people are lost in what they think about politics these days, Rob. I think people view politics as a football match. I saw it when Scotland was trying to get its independence, when Scotland was trying to get its independence because Catalonia kind of was watching because they want to be independent. And you saw this sudden thing where every Englishman cared about Scotland. And Brian will tell you, English people don't care about Scotland, never have done. Politicians have never cared about Scotland. But suddenly everybody did, because they needed a vote. It's so hollow and... I don't know how to put it. It's so hollow and it's sickening to watch. And so many people fall for it. They fall for snake oil salesmen spouting stuff saying the world's going to be a better place under me, and we continue to do it. And we're educated. We can form a proper opinion. But you know, what do you do? Can't force people to... That's the thing, you can't force people to believe in you, because then it's a dictatorship. If you're the only one that has that belief. Right, we are on our final approach bit now. We're into 13 miles out. You can see the approach entry there. Should be making... Well, we've still got a fair way to go, actually. Actually, do you know what? I might just turn the bloody autopilot off. What's the point in having it on? I've seen people who are really good friends in the US, Rob, but one of the reasons I've seen people who are really good friends in the US fighting about this, and I see it being a friendship ending situation because neither of them want to give up their pride. And pride cometh before a fall. Never forget your Proverbs. And it bothers me a lot. It bothers me a lot because it isn't a football game, and Donald J. Trump doesn't care about either of those people, neither does Joe Biden, but they do care about each other, or they did care about each other at one point. That's why I'm on. Get off me legs, you freak. Cat's trying to get it on with my legs. Right, coming into land, people. And I think we're going to have to really kind of... Well, we're a bit of away from the pattern entry. I didn't realise it was that far away. Is that the pattern entry? Are we going around the back end? Mimi, give over. Give over. Well, I'm going to go for the pattern entry, but the pattern entry is further away than the airport, which tells me for some unknown reason it's trying to bring us in around the back end of the airport, which I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this. Why have we been brought in at the back of the airport? And these pattern entries, you can't quite line them up. But Bryce Canyon is there, so I guess you have to go around the back end of it. I don't see why we had to go around the back end of it. It doesn't make sense. Right, so let's bring the... oh, no, we need to slow down a bit. Start making our way in. 0795 is the let's bleed off some speed. God knows why we've come in at this angle. We've passed the airport almost. I really don't know why we've come in at this angle or anything. We're passing the airport now. Going to try and bleed off a bit of this speed. I honestly don't know why it's brought us in on this pattern, but it's a pattern. But we're going to do a massive circle of the airport and then we're going to come in, so... So I'm going to lift the nose up. I think our first entry should be wheels down. Pull the nose up a bit. I'm just going to try and bleed off a bit of speed. Put the put those wheels down. Okay, so we're trying to get down to about 30 or something. I can just bring us up. This is where you have to really control that speed. Okay, because that speed's really important here. We need to be able to climb and fall to whatever we see fit. So you see it says I'm too fast, so we'll pull that back a little bit. I'm going to put down the first flaps now. I put them down just slightly higher than I should have. You see how it still thinks I'm too slow. So not full flaps yet. And we haven't even made the final turns. So it's a strange entry pattern. This is not the entry pattern I expected. But I'll take it. I don't mind. We'll try and bleed off a few kilometers per hour with that last one before we bring down these final flaps. Once we get that blue, we'll try and set it up. There we go. Now we're on the blue line. Now it's about getting speed right, which I'm just a little bit faster than I want to be. Whew, that's tight. Tight and low. Okay, so we're on final. I'm just bleeding off a tiny bit of the speed. There we go. We're 84 knots. That's probably about enough. Bleed off that last part. Wheels are down. Don't know the wind. Just doing it by feelies here. So we can bleed off a little bit more. We're a little bit low. Come on. Well, that will be fine. Okay. Oof. Bit bouncy on the front, but that was absolutely fine. That was absolutely fine. I don't know if we had to actually announce our landing. Bryce Canyon's quite small, so I'm guessing we didn't have to fully announce it. Well, people, that was an enjoyable flight. It was 3 hours, more or less. Sorry about the political stuff. I just don't like friends fighting. It really bothers me. Don't like it at all. Oh, that car's reversing. Really bothers me. Oh, fuck off. You know, they need more artificial intelligence in these cars and stuff, because having to drive through them, it's a bit of a knock on. Gonna be honest with you. No, get down. Cat wants to be best friends at the moment. I don't even know where the parking is here, but I'm gonna take this parking here. It's the blue van. There we go. Good stuff. That was good parking, that. So let's put the parking brake on. Bim. Turn off the master caution light, because we don't need it. And that is us, people. We are in Bryce Canyon. Get down. We'll turn off. Right, okay. So, I think the propeller's stopping there, I don't know. So, people, it was a good flight tonight. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. I finished more or less a little bit later than I wanted, but a little bit earlier than I expected when we were flying through those Grand Canyon areas. What to say for the end of the stream? Well, as you know, always it's good. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing these streams with you all, and I hope to stream again this week at some point. I don't know, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. I'll probably try and find some time. I'd like to find some time before Thursday. Thursday is always the big one. It's the day when I have the most classes in one day. Well, actually, I don't have the most classes in one day. I have the most things in one. The longest finish to the day, not most things. And well, it is what it is. At least I've got work. That's the most important thing at the moment. Okay, people. So I'm going to say 9-7 because I'm getting pretty tired now. Thank you all for joining in, and I hope to see you again in the near future, okay? Take care of yourselves, and good night.